haven't done a lot of theater in this area, but when I did move here, I was just like, where are all the black people? Where are they? And I've been trying to find out, where are we at? Where we hiding? I know we're here, but where are we?
Right.
And I had, the only time I would meet anyone else who was a person of color was when I was doing a show. Ayanna, I know Ayanna. I don't know you. I should know you. I don't know you. I don't do enough. And I think maybe at the Scranton Fringe Festival, I did that 1 year, but I don't come out a lot. I'm old. But when I did direct the show that I did, it was Tell 'Em. It was Sandra Miller's family's story. And I was so surprised because I wasn't really dealing with actors. I was dealing with her family. And I thought, like, look at all these talented young women and look at these talented young people. What are you guys doing? Where do you, like, do you train anywhere? Nah, they're self-taught, you know? Yeah. There's not a space that says, yeah, let's do this. Let's cater to stories about that we want to hear about. Let's cater to things that, like, if you have something to say and you're a theater person and you're black, you don't really have a place to go at all. Like, there's no real place that you can say, all right, I'm comfortable here. We're going to talk about our experience. You're not just going to be like the black person in the chorus, which has been my experience ever since I started performing out in New York. It's always been like, I'm like the one black girl in the show.
Or the show that has the role of the black person.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
pretty much it. I was like, well, okay. So I know what my part is. And I was good with that. I was just like, all right, so there's going to be a black girl in the chorus. It's either going to be me or her. So who dances better? It's going to be me or her. Then I got into ragtime. Ragtime was Harlem. I was like, Harlem? There's other people. there's a whole Harlem, you know? I was so excited in Harlem. And it was just like, oh, you mean the person that I saw at the audition, we're both going to be in the show? I was so surprised. I thought I was the one that got cast because there's only one. There can only be one. So when I got on tour and I stepped into the room, I'm like, Joy, how did you get here? How did you get here? And then she was like, I don't know. I thought I was the only one. And I was like, well, there were 3 of us. So 2 of us got it because they were replacing 2 other girls. We thought they were replacing 1. So it was really nice. And then there's all of Harlem. There was just more. There was everyone together. And I was the only time that I had been in a show where it was more than just me, you know? And it's like, it's just kind of followed that way. If you are the black person, you're the one black person in the show. And it's not necessarily because, well, your talent speaks to this or you're this type of person. But then I'll do things like Dane will call me up and be like, can you be in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? Okay, what like side role do you want me to play? No, I want you to play the lead. I'm like, I can't do that. You know, when I came to this area to do Triumph of Love, I was auditioning for like the sidekick, the sassy best friend. Yeah. And he was like, I kind of can't have you as the sassy best friend. Like, why not? And he's like, well, because I kind of have to have the strongest person as my lead. So my experience here has been the opposite of being the one person. It's like, don't even call me unless this is a role of substance. There have been people that have said, you know, I have this maid role or I have this role. They don't say it. I have to go research it because, like I said, I don't know them. So I have to go research and see, like, what is this they want me to... Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Because my leverage is I'm a mom. If this is not enough to get me out of my house, that doesn't tell a story that I can maybe have my kids see or be proud of doing, I don't come out. So
well, not only that you're a mom, but like you're one of the most, I've been doing theater in the area for over 20 years. You're one of the most talented people that I've ever worked with. So it shouldn't be about you're a mom or you're this, you're that. You're the most talented person.
It's just got to be, got to be big. It's got to be something that speaks to me.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for Sister Act. I was like, okay, I'll do that. I'll come out of hiding for that. I did. I was like, all right, I'll step out. But, you know, it has to mean something. It has to be a story that I don't mind telling, that, you know, I can say, hey, Violet, that's my daughter, look, I'm doing that. And she's like, what? You know, I got to make her see something and go, oh, I can do that. That's my mom.
So in this area, you think you saw more in New York that you were kind of typecast based on race more so than...
It's numbers. It's numbers. It's a numbers game. You don't get a role unless you're replacing someone I was never on top of the game. I was just, you know, just trying to be a player.
Yeah.
And
when did you do ragtime?
I did ragtime in 19, y'all. 1999 to 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave just directed ragtime at
Really?
King's.
All right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Fantastic. Best show I've ever been
Were you on
in.
the tour?
I was.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was. It was like the last leg of the first national tour after they closed on Broadway. That went out and it lasted for maybe 4 years, I guess. Well, that last year that I was on that tour, it was amazing. I met my husband there. My husband, my best friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Good
it was huge. He's a pretty cool dude.
So I went to
He's
high
a
school
warrior.
with her husband.
Yeah, he's a warrior.
I thought you said he's a lawyer. I'm like, when did that happen?
You know his ass is not a lawyer.
I was like,
My
I've not been
husband,
a while. I don't
he's
remember him
he's
ever.
a warrior is
Yeah.
what I mean. Like he's white and he is a warrior these days. He has to fight all the time. He fights hard. He's fighting for his family and he has had to unfriend, completely just break ties left and right, just blocking.
Yeah.
Block, like facts. And they can't take it. And I'm like, you're a real warrior. Like you fight for your family like you should. And he's like, he's more radical than I am. This white guy. He's like more radical than I am. He's just constantly just busting things down. He's just like, burn it down, just burn it all down. I'm like, chill. We have to live in this neighborhood, okay? Don't get
That's
all
good, though.
rowdy.
The conversation should be had
Fights.
on both sides, and it should infuriate and offend
Oh,
both
he's
sides. It shouldn't be
furious.
just us, just black people that
No,
are
no, no, no,
hurt
no.
or offended by
No.
any of these sorts of issues. It should be everyone that's hurt and offended by it because it's all of us in this together.
Yes. These are like human rights violations. How do you sit back and think that this is make-believe? He's blown away by the ignorance that he encounters on a daily basis. Blown away.
Well, it's interesting because he and I are from the same hometown.
Yep, you
And
know.
growing up in a small town in Northeast Pennsylvania, like you always kind of knew, it was always in the back of your head that there was this sort of this underbelly, this ignorance.
Yeah.
But now that it's sort of been allowed to breathe and allowed to come out into the light, like even knowing that it was there and growing up around it, it's still so shocking to see like how
Yeah.
deep the roots go.
Right,
It's
because you're hoping that people will grow up and meet people and leave and come
Right,
back and
and that's
go,
the
oh
yeah.
things are, it's not like that. It shouldn't have said that. It shouldn't have been, that shouldn't have been my belief. I would have, learned that I was doing
Yeah.
something wrong, thinking something just.
And I think bringing it back to theater a little bit, that's sort of a problem around here is so many of the people who have done theater around here this is their area.
This is
They
it.
haven't left this area. They haven't experienced real diversity, real cultural differences, things like that, because they've always been here. So the art that they're creating is just a reflection of their own experiences. And
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Not just that though, it's also the fact that we in the theater community already, we look at ourselves as a little bit above all of this anyway. We are always a little more open. The theater is a safe space where we have so many people that are different in theater, so many gay people in theater. So this is a place where you can come be yourself, that we tend to not even notice when we are offending each other or not
Yeah.
looking at each other the way we should. We're so busy thinking we're above all of that racism that's out in the world and not even noticing the ones that we're putting forth on a daily basis with the shows that we do and the way that we treat the actors coming in.